Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Time to throw in the towel. I've been holding on this for a while. Moving on my own skin. Crocodile, yeah, I'm washed in the blood. Made new, can't tell who I was. No, he saved me by grace. He did it just because. Yeah, my flesh was on E. Had to fill it with the spirit. God, I could bleed. Secretly in prayer, gotta keep it real discreet.
Hey, it's time for Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. Joy.
Okay.
How you doing, girl?
I
know you're fantastic. I can look at you and tell you fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like that in
Yeah.
blue. So it's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday.
Mhm.
This is not like a normal Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. This is one where we about to go take everything we saying to the whole next level.
Levels.
We about to level up in Wealthy Marriage Wednesday.
Yes.
Today we talking about a very special thing. We're talking about a thing that's going to help each of us to be able to go and grow to the next level. We're going to be talking about nurturing relationships. And if you know, like we know, well, you got to have some good relationships in this game.
Oh, for sure.
Everything we do is a people business. If you want to be in real estate, it's a people business. You want to be in coaching, it's a people business. Shout out to Margaret.
Thanks, Margaret.
Thank you. We look good enough, Blue. It's a people business. She showed us some love. It's a people business.
Right.
And we love hanging around great people. We love dealing with people. But some people are great people only because we've nurtured a relationship with these people.
Absolutely. Nurturing those people and those relationships, it's not just a take, it's a give and take relationship. It's pouring into them.
Right, pouring into. I like how you said that.
Yeah.
And so I think we got a unique perspective when it comes to dealing with people and how it impacts business because we do ministry also.
Right.
And so whenever you do ministry stuff or nonprofit, we do a lot of nonprofit stuff. You got to know how to deal with people, especially in environments where people aren't getting paid.
Yes.
And people aren't like bound to be there. They're because they want to be there. They feel led to be there, or they feel a draw to be there.
That's right.
So how do you deal with people really well? It's the same thing. If you can master it, that skill set in ministry or master it in a nonprofit setting, you can kill it in business.
Oh, yeah.
And so it really comes from that having some influence and being able to help people to be able to know that you actually care.
Oh, yeah.
And so no matter what people say, people like working with people who they like.
Yes.
They want to work with people who they enjoy working with, people who they like.
Yeah.
People who they enjoy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's nothing better going to, like, even if your job now is like going somewhere that you enjoy, that you work, the people that you're around, they're nice.
They're nice, right?
You can have a conversation with them.
Right.
You can ask them about their family,
right?
Like all those things, and to know that you care about what's going on in their life. Like that makes a difference when somebody really intentionally asks me how I'm doing and really wants to know. There's a difference. There's a difference between a little small talk and then genuinely wanting to know about somebody.
And that's the point that we're talking about is intentionality.
Yeah.
And that's just like what Joy said, is you can have relationships that happen accidentally, but I guarantee you're going to have a lot better relationships when you have relationships intentionally.
That's right.
And you can be an intentional friend.
Oh yeah.
You can be intentionally friendly.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing wrong with intentionally going about being a friendly person and intentionally going about doing things that allow yourself to be able to have some friends.
Right.
What's wrong with that? I just don't understand what's wrong with intentionally being friendly.
I know.
Why does everything you have to trip up and then fall in love? I don't want to fall. I just want to walk.
That's what I want.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be intentional about loving people. I want to be intentional about these different things. And we get the opportunity to do all those things. So today we're going to be talking about this, nurturing relationships.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're doing this, and it's all a part of becoming financially independent. Specifically in real estate, you're not going to do it without people.
That's right.
You think you're going to be in the people in the real estate business, you're going to have to deal with 10 times more people than you deal with now.
Right.
And so if you want to be financially independent through real estate investing and get your time so you can do it on your own time, you want to do it right now, hit us up. But this is a disclaimer.
Yes.
And the disclaimer, we're about to tell you this disclaimer.
Yes.
This is a real deal disclaimer.
Oh, for sure.
We're going to give you some thoughts, some tips. We're going to give you some things that's helped us out.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you got to make sure you do your own research.
Absolutely.
You want to come and test some stuff out.
Yes.
Find some expertise on your own.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And this is just a part of that journey. So make sure you do plenty of research on everything you hear online.
For sure.
You know, fact check it, double check it, and then keep going. But we're going to give you some good game from our experience. And we love y'all and we appreciate y'all. All right. So I want y'all to check out this book. If you're not aware of this book, you need to tap into this thing like right now. How to Win Friends and Influence People. I know it kind of sounds a little dirty, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't sound
It does. Dirty. It sounds dirty to me.
Why
like,
does it?
Well, whenever you say, I'm going to win friends and influence people, it just feels like you're being manipulative. Oh, and I don't want to be a manipulative person because if you've ever had somebody do something and manipulate you in some way or be a fake friend or be a manipulative person, man, I don't like any of that stuff. It feels icky.
I don't know anybody who likes that. Yeah.
Well, sometimes we have experienced it and it's left a mark on us where we felt like somebody was pretending like they liked us, but then they really didn't. Or somebody was saying nice things, but they really didn't mean it and it didn't feel genuine. Yeah. And it's nothing like being around somebody who's not genuine. That's because true. Then you start feeling like, can I trust you like that? You know, I'm triggered by it now. So once I got my little trust triggers pull up, I'm like wanting to distance myself away from this person.
I understand
and then too, it's like, you know, we watch all these shows, American Greed, and all these, you know, shows about all these people who cheated folks and was crooked. And I don't want to ever feel like that. And I'm sure if you're watching this show, you never want to feel like that. So what we're talking about today is not that. When we talk about winning friends and influencing people, you know, that is really us talking about how do we come together? How do you be intentionally friendly? And I wish everybody just put intentionally friendly in the chat, but intentionally friendly. You can be intentionally friendly.
Right.
You know, if we want to have friends, we need to first be friendly. So how do you do it? How do you have a great relationship with somebody on purpose? It doesn't have to be an accident. No. You don't have to accidentally bump into somebody and have this crazy Sleepless in Seattle love story in order for, you know what I mean? And then I bumped into you at Love Jones, whatever, snap, doing some poetry or whatever. And then we just bumped into each other again randomly, and then we made eye contact. You don't have to be all that. No. It could be like, man, I thought about this person. I want to go meet him, and I intentionally go and be friendly to this person.
Right. To even just to get to know more about them. Like that's the whole point, you know, is because you're wanting to see, well, what do they have? You know, what about them that drew you to them? What is it? There's something about them that you want to figure out.
Yeah. Well, there's some universal principles that whenever you are in the thought of wanting to get to know some people, wanting to grow those relationships, build your network, whether it's in business, whether it's in nonprofit, whether it's in ministry, whether it's even in your personal relationships, there's some universal principles throughout all this that we're going to talk about today that we believe are going to tremendously help you to be able to get to the next level in those relationships. And if you want to make some more money, you need some relationships.
That's right.
If you want to cut your costs, you want to have some good relationships. If you want to be in environments full of people who are going to make your life easier and less stressful, it's going to take good relationships.
Absolutely.
So here's a big one.
Oh my goodness.
And you got to start with this. Every single thing we're talking about has to be grounded in this number one principle. You have to genuinely be interested in other people.
Right. For sure. What's going on with them in their life and their family? Like, I always find it interesting. John does a really good job about this when he's interacting with people. Like, he really, like, if he's asking you how you're doing, he really wants to know. He really wants to know. And I think that's what the point here is like actually really want to know and be concerned about those people.
You see, here's the thing. If you're going to be a person, like, be more concerned about other people than yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm taking my valuable time to talk to you, it's because I'm really wanting to care enough about what you got going on. Like, I'm desiring to hear the truth in a really genuine way. Yeah. And so when I ask you how you doing, there's nothing worse than somebody says good, and then they'll say good, and then they'll say after they say fine or good, I'm doing okay. Well, really, how you doing? Like, you know, tell me about some things that's going good with you. Okay, well, fine. Well, how come it couldn't be better than that? You know, tell me, you know, what's keeping you from having a late day? You know, whatever it is, you can kind of get a sense for these things. But dig a little bit deeper. you have permission to be able to ask, because you may be the only person who cares to ask.
Oh, that is so good. That's so true.
So many people, they just waiting for somebody to actually care enough to be adamant and to be demanding about, hey, what's going on? Nah, I ain't selling for that. Tell me what's going on for real.
Right.
You know, and just go a little bit deeper, and you'd be surprised at how many people respond well to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk your ear off with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And be genuine. And then remember what they said.
Right.
And then remember, they're telling you for a reason. Remember.
And check back in on it.
Check back in on it.
Yeah.
These are beautiful things. So you want to be in genuine relationships with people. You want to have nurturing relationships. It has to start with a genuine interest. You can't just get a bunch of information, forget it, come back up to the next time.
Right.
And halfway remember as you're talking to them.
Exactly.
And then start saying random stuff. And then and then you'll tell a bunch of your stories. And you know that they're not paying attention. You know they don't really care. And it's like, this is not genuine. It's a waste of time. In my mind, it's like, this is a waste of time. I can't stand this. I don't like small talk. So anyway, let's keep going.
Oh,
next.
Smile.
Look at that. You see that? Do you know how a smile can change everything in an environment?
It really can.
Your biggest weapon, your biggest number one weapon in everything around business is a smile.
Oh, yeah.
You can say the most, I'm telling you, direct and blunt thing. But if you say it with a smile, it can change everything. Yep. You can say the meanest thing, or you can say the nicest thing and say it with a frown. How's your day? It's fantastic. This is my frowny face.
That's your frowny face? You're working really hard to do that.
No, I'm
frowny
not.
Face.
My frown face. But if you're a frown face person, look, be intentional about smiling. Smile. Yeah. Smile at somebody. When you're talking business, smile. When you're talking in different, smile. Just stop and smile. Start off with a something that makes you smile. Usually in a conversation in business, the first thing before I even get into business, I come up and say something that don't got nothing to do with business. Oh, yeah. And then we all just get the chance to start smiling. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You can even make a comment like, man, you got some new work boots, man. I like them boots.
Yeah.
Like them right there. Them some good working boots.
Yeah. Make an effort to say something that makes you smile before you start talking to any single person. We're so task oriented sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I'm going up to this person to talk about loans and lending. I must talk about lending. Hello. Are you the lender? Box. Yes. I have 5 questions for you, and I'd like to know them all right now. It's very important. Right. It's like, golly, man, can I breathe? Hello. What's your name? You ain't smile. It's just weird. Yeah. Come up and smile. Be like, what up? How you doing? Yeah. You'd be surprised if you just talk to people and say, whatever it is that this person does, it might be a person who's doing drywall. Right. You'd be like, man, what up? And they'd be like, what's going on? I'd be like, shoot, man, my son about to graduate, man. I'm so proud of him. And then I'll start smiling. Yeah. And then we'd be like, man, but you ever been to graduation? You start talking about graduation. Yeah. You start talking about the next thing. Oh, man, my son's get out of here. You got a little conversation going. Yeah. And then you learn maybe you have something in common. And then before you even, guess what? The business is the easiest, quick. Don't make it a transaction. Really oh. Nobody wants to just be talking and doing business with like they checking out at a Wendy's. Right. You know what I mean? Like you checking out at Burger King. And that's like kind of a transaction. Right. It's going to be $16.43. No, I don't have change. You're going to need to use a card or you're going to need to have exact change. I don't have change.
Oh, wow.
That's how it comes off when we don't smile, when we don't take the time to acknowledge each other. You want to have nurturing relationships in business. Take the time to nurture. Take the time to acknowledge each other. Smile.
Right. A smile changes. Smile changes the everything. Whole atmosphere.
I guarantee you. Sometimes I won't even say a word. I'll just come in and smile. Yeah. And then, you know what the first thing that somebody gonna ask you, smile long enough? What you so happy for?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
And do you know about Jesus? He's all right. That's right. What you know about Jesus? He's all right. He's all right. I will have a praise party right in there. They'd be like, Jesus must be a nut. You'd be like, you know what? I am.
You asked me why I was smiling.
But you was asking me why I was smiling. You invited me into that. And then you have your business conversation. Right. Get to be yourself, and you get to be confident to be yourself when you smile. Next up is give honest and sincere appreciation. Man.
That goes a long way.
What would happen if you told people thank you in a genuine way? And not just, oh, thanks. Like they just expected to do it. You know, like somebody that did a whole bunch of stuff for you. It just happens to be all the time. You do them out. Thanks. I was like, what is that? Thank you could have kept that.
Right.
You know, go ahead and swallow that little cheap thanks. If you're really thankful,
cut that to
yeah, you just keep it to yourself. And then you say, oh, I appreciate that. And then they'll say, you're welcome. I'm like, you really didn't even give me the thank you for you.
Right.
You gave me the thank you just so you could come back with you're welcome.
Yeah.
Just to let you know how much you did for me by saying thank you. You know what I mean? I'm like, golly.
Oh my
goodness. So like cut all that out. Actually be appreciative of somebody. Be like, hey, I want to tell you something that was special that you did.
Right.
And when you went above and beyond, like, man, you didn't have to stack that all neatly over there like that, but you went out of your way to stack it neat. I know it took you more time to do it, but you just showed a lot of respect for me. You showed a lot of respect for this neighborhood. I just want to let you know I really appreciate it, man. It's important to us. And take a second and give somebody some real appreciation.
Oh yeah.
Because guess what? The people who are good quality, great people want to know that you see that they're good quality, great people.
That's right.
They want to know that you recognize their greatness.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you, the best people in the world, the realtor who's going above and beyond, they want you to know, like, look, they want you to like, look, I know I'm great, but yes, it sounds good when I hear you say you did this, this, and this, and it was phenomenal. I've never seen anybody do anything like it. As a matter of fact, I'm so impressed. I now want to teach other people how to do it the way you do it.
Right.
And it's like, wow, okay,
really?
wow, shoot, really?
Oh, my.
Yeah, you killing it. And so be a person who acknowledges and gives sincere appreciation. Find something that you can appreciate, and it will go a long, long way.
Oh, show the respect. Show respect for others, the other person's opinion. Like that really matters because, you know, if you're working with someone, they may have ideas that if they're in the project more than you, being able for them to be able to express to you, because it probably takes a lot for them to come to even give that opinion. So being able to listen to what they were saying, even if it's just for that point, and it can make it better, it can make it worse, but still for them to even come to it, that helps to be able to listen to their opinion and take in their perspective.
So when you're talking about other person's opinion, like if you have, like for me, I'm in a lot of teams and groups and different board meetings and different executive meetings and just meetings to meet about stuff where we meet. And so sometimes we meet just to figure out when we're going to meet. I'm like, golly, this is a heck of a long meeting just to talk about our next meeting. And so we're meeting. And you have to respect other people's opinions because different people think differently. That's why they're there. Like the worst thing you can do as a business owner is surround yourself with people who only think the way you think. What good is that going to do? Well, why don't need 15 John Masons? We're going to have all the same problems. You know what I mean? And the same sack of solutions. and so you got to surround yourself with people who think about things differently. And the only way to get the most out of people who think about things differently is to really respect other people's opinions. It doesn't say you have to agree. It doesn't say you have to agree with it. It says you need to respect it. When you respect it, you allow it to challenge you. You allow it to challenge the way you think about things. Allow it to educate you. This is how we nurture relationships, is when you can be around somebody who has a different ideology than you, a different philosophy than you, a different thinking than you, and still respect it. You know, people want to feel respected more than agreed with. Guess what? If you want somebody to respect you, then value their opinion.
Wow.
Value their opinion.
Oh, that's a gem right
Respect their opinion, and they will respect you just because they know you are upright human being.
That's right.
I'm not combative. I'm not wanting to cut your legs off. I'm not wanting to prove how right I am. Guess what? If you know the truth don't change.
That's right.
The truth doesn't change whether this person agrees with it or not.
That's right.
So sometimes we are so worried that somebody's going to change our impression of what we believe that we don't want anybody to challenge our thinking. And guess what? If it's true, it doesn't matter who says what, it's still going to be true.
That's right.
So you can allow people to say different things and just know that you can hold on to your opinion. So check it out. What's this? Anybody know what this symbol is? This is some grandmama talk right here. You got to be somebody grandmama to get this. Everybody who get this is either was raised right, or is raising somebody right? Let me see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see who get this right here. Okay. Yeah, huh?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Let's see.
Who got it?
I see it. I see it. Oh, we done jumped the gun. We done showed y'all. Yeah, we did. It's 2 ears and 1 mouth. 2 ears and 1 mouth. That's right. 2 ears and 1 mouth. Now, when you look at 2 ears and 1 mouth, we're going to tell you that means that we need to listen twice as much as we speak. If we want to have nurturing relationships, we got to be able to listen to people.
That's right.
And take more time being concerned, listening, valuing others, hearing what they have to say, being a good listener. Yes. I'm telling you that one thing. Yes, that's it. Yeah, listening twice as much as you talk. I dare you to listen twice as much as you talk.
My goodness.
If you do these different things, we can guaranteed, if you smile, if you take a genuine interest in others, if you truly become a good listener and value others and people's opinions, you're going to have some of the best, most fulfilling, wonderful relationships in business, in corporate America, in your job, nonprofit, in your ministries. Guess what?
All
and especially if you're in real estate. I'm telling you, if you want to leverage nurturing relationships as one of the tools in your toolbox for your financially independent through real estate, we want to be able to help you with that. Right. All couples, we're calling all couples.
Come on, couples.
Y'all come with us on this journey. We're excited. We are excited for you. All couples, we are excited for you.
That's right.
Hit us up at 502-632-3005. CoachJohnandJoy.com. That's so easy. Coach JohnAndJoy. CoachJohnandJoy.com. Check the information
in
the
us out,
chat.
Y'all.
CoachJohnandJoy.com. We're looking forward to seeing y'all. Hoping that you all have a wonderful week.
Yes.
And that you all do it big this year as we finish up this first half of the year.
Yes.
We killing the first half of the year, crushing every piece of it. Eating it up. Yeah, that's like for lunch. All right, but God bless y'all. And remember this one thing. It's always so much better together. We'll see y'all next time. God bless y'all.